Today on Landbeat, we're going to be talking about neglected areas, talking about odd areas, areas that fly under the radar that could be highly beneficial to your wildlife. So I'm up here in northeastern Pennsylvania today on a farm that is mostly forested. And we're talking about all different things that you can do to improve the habitat for the wildlife, specifically game species like white-tailed deer, wild turkey, and also grouse potentially. And we're talking about trying to manage a forest to help those species. But because this property was forested in the past, there are a few little spots that look like this behind me. Likely were accumulation of logs. It's not quite a loading dock where they were put on a truck, but this is where several trails probably merged together and it created this little bitty opening, not even a quarter of an acre. And these areas often fly under the radar because they're not big enough to be food plot, or they're in the wrong location for a food plot, and I'm not sure what to do with them. And so I see these areas across the country and they get filled with invasive species because there's adequate sunlight for stuff to grow, but it's not big enough for food plots. And so this one has Japanese stiltgrass, wineberry, autumn olive, and bush honeysuckle all around it or in it. And these are little spots that could be prime suspect for improving for early successional plants and making them more beneficial to turkeys and deer. And so what we call these are wildlife openings. And wildlife openings are simply an area that they're a little bit different than old field management, which has been covered on Landbeat series in the past, but these are more frequently disturbed with disking or fire to help really keep it in an early succession state. So if you disc them in the dormant season, plan on hunting them for turkeys a few months later in the spring because it's a lot of bare ground, a lot of stuff on the ground, it's flat, it's great strut zone areas. Those turn into great brood rearing that year. The years that we don't disc it, it's incredible nesting cover as well as fawning cover. This has a lot of goldenrod in it. We're expecting to see more ragweed, more possible pokeweed, maybe some partridge pea is another really great one to see in these areas. But we already have goldenrod greening up in portions of this. That's great deer forage. We're attracting a lot of insects. We just have to get the debris out of here. So there's some fallen down trees. There's the invasives around the edge and in it. So we just need to restart this. And these are areas that it may take a little bit of maintenance up front to get them prepped, but over time they're low maintenance, highly productive, and great hunting areas. And I'll explain why as well. As we shift down here, you can see the old road has turned into basically a little stream. As the water's running off the mountain, it's running down through here, and it's incredibly hard to navigate through here with much weight of equipment. So it's, a tractor or a UTV are gonna cause some more ruts. So what the plan is to get this whole area fixed up early succession, but take this road, grade it down to the point, and send it into a little catch pond or a little water hole, wildlife water hole that may be 10 foot across. That's adding additional attractiveness to this area. Combine that with a mock scrape on the edge. Now we have this cover that's gonna grow up throughout the year. It's a good loafing area, transition area. I love it for hunting in the rut. So we got water hole, mock scrape, early succession cover, kind of a comfort cover component here. Slip in right to the edge, hunt over it. This would be a dynamite spot in the mountains of Pennsylvania or wherever you're at in the world to look at expanding or expanding your management, taking over these little odd areas and making them wildlife openings. And this is a great start up here, and it's something that you should consider doing on your farm.